of Rex because he's a heck of a defensive mind. But all in all, I mean, you're responsible for the play you put out there on that field. I mean, your best offensive lineman tonight, the last play, you got a chance, Chris, you said it. I mean, he snapped something 4 inches off the ground to Mark Sanchez. Then your running back comes over and kicks it. It's not Rex Ryan's fault, but the play that you put out there, the discipline structure that we have seen, or the lack thereof, I'm telling you, it falls on the head coach's shoulders every single time.
But does it also fall on the shoulders of this guy, Mark Sanchez?
Completely. And I'm not taking, listen, no one's throwing the ball except for Mark Sanchez, but all the other things around this game tonight, I mean, listen, Rex has proven that he cannot consistently get this team up to play.
In half of Sanchez's 14 starts this year, he failed to complete half of his passes in a game. I mean, that is alarming.
They gave him the money. What do they do going into next year?
You don't just get rid. See, I'm not a believer all the way in getting rid of Rex Ryan.
Neither am I.
I think Mike Tannenbaum needs to go. Sanchez, get a new quarterback in there, regardless of how much money you gave him. And you got to start with a new team, get someone in there that can carry this team and play consistent well, like you talk about. 50%, I mean, I know high school quarterbacks that can come to the NFL right now and complete the ball over 50%.
Yeah.
But seriously.
Come on.
There's some five-star quarterbacks right now in high school that can come out and complete more than 50% of their passes in a controlled offense. And right now, Mark Sanchez, I mean, he's just not getting it done.
So he's not a starting quarterback in this league, is what you're telling me?
No.
Not at all.
No,
that's rough for a team that traded up in 2009, fifth pick of the draft.
But honestly, this defense shielded the inevitable for 2 years. We are constantly talking about, oh, but 2 AFC championships, football minds, football eyes. 20 games is that magic mark for GMs to look at a quarterback and say, does this guy get it and does he have it? GMs around the league that I've talked to that I know hand down, personally, are you kidding me?
But hold on,
I don't know Mike Tannenbaum. I honestly don't know what they've been thinking for the last 2.5+ seasons.
You know what's interesting is that when they drafted him, they said the thing about Sanchez is that he had that it factor. And for me, that means that you have confidence, and no matter how bad the season is going, you're going to always elevate your game and play well.
INT factor, not the it.
And you don't give them credit for the AFC Championship games. Was that more that you said the defense masked it back then?
They ran the ball as good as anybody, and their defense was lights out.
Tops in the league.
This year with the injuries to the defense, that exposed everything.
When we watched Mark Sanchez, and he can't even complete a check down. So lets you know his confidence, he's lost all of that.
So he's regressed.
Yeah, he has regressed. He does not have that it factor because anyone that has that, no matter how bad your team is, the quarterback is going to come out and he's going to ball. And Mark Sanchez right now is not balling.
I don't know. We've seen the little rifts between Tannenbaum and Ryan. I'm not quite sure who has ultimate say over who they draft. I have a hard time thinking Copels, their first-round draft pick this year, Rex Ryan signed off of. I watched this guy in the Senior Bowl as lazy is the word that comes to mind. Hankerson, the first-round draft pick the year before. People praise him all the time. I turn on the film. I see nothing. You talk about 2 of your first-round draft picks, D-line. You're a defensive head coach. Wilkerson. Yeah, excuse me, not Hankerson. Listen, I got hit in the head a lot, too.
That's okay. Listen, man, it's okay.
But the bottom line is these two guys have not gotten it done. And you know what? We've seen other defensive-minded coaches around the league, when they have guys go down, they find a way. Rex Ryan, highly talented, highly equipped to get guys to play well. I think it's more about decisions that have been made that puts his team in a box on defense.
So you still like him as a head coach in this league? A lot of people say maybe he should just be a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, I see him doing that for a while. And then maybe if a good head coaching opportunity comes up, he might get another opportunity. But right now, he might need to just take a step back and become a defensive coordinator for a couple years because he's proven to be a great one of those.
If you're the Jets, though, you look ahead to this draft class. This isn't like the one we had this year with Andrew Luck and RG3 and even a Brandon Whedon and a Ryan Tannehill out there. I mean, there's not a guy where teams are going to be trading up to get somebody. So there aren't a lot of guys. There's a Joe Flacco who maybe becomes available on the open market. Do you have to maybe call the Washington Redskins and say, hey, I'll take Kirk Cousins? It's just something to think about as the Jets continue.
Well, wouldn't be a bad move.